Okay. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. I think I've got this figured out. Yes, fun stabby time with Mad Shad. Here's some brutality that the knife can offer, and it's basically thrusting. Thrusting. You guys know about the eight, the wheel, this and this, right? Any kind of stabbing motion, right? Any kind of stabbing motion, that's good. You make a hole, right? Boom. There's a hole, a stab. Now what? Well, you pull it out, and then there's just a little hole. I might show you on some cardboard, but how about this? You stab, and then you pull out, making a bigger hole. So just a thrust, just a center line thrust, boom, right? Boom. And then from here, you can go this way, but going this way, you rip everything, and it just... So you've taken a hole that's literally the dimensions of this blade, which is very, very small, right? As deep as you can go. Maybe you don't get as deep. Maybe it's a quick little thrust. Boom, 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 boom. But whatever it does, when you get in there, rip it out. It's a rip, and you can use your whole body. See, I use my body a lot. I use stance a lot. So coming right out, boom, and see what I have here now is I have this defensive position, or I can attack or stab again. Boom. Coming down, coming in from this direction, which is even the masters will tell you they cannot stop this. They just can't. They have to get in close. They have to be able to grab this arm, control this arm, disarm me. And not even the BBJ can do that. Not even a BBJ master can do that. It's hard. They're going to go down. I'm going to stab. Yeah, they could probably negate some damage. But, if I stab and ripping, I'm stabbing and pulling out and making bigger holes. They don't have a lot of time to disarm me before they bleed out. So that's why the knife is so freaking brutal. It's such a game changer in close quarters. It really is. You don't want to mess with somebody with a knife. Just don't. Stand back and shoot. Run away. But if you have the knife, you can survive a knife attack. People do all the time. So you've got this whole the sewing machine method. Having one hand to pull their hand out of the way or whatever. But what if I stab in and I can't make a whole bunch of little stabby holes? What if I just want one big hole? Rip something out. So even if I come here, which is that center line stab, boom, I can pull out, and now I've got a big, massive, gaping hole where my knife used to be, instead of this small little slit in the target. So I can come here, boom, right? I've made contact. I'm in the target. Instead of pulling out straight, boom, I rip out. And now I can stab in another hole and do the same thing and rip out. Whoosh. See how I just pull in, and that helps to retain as well. Boom. And now you can continue to stab. So I use this drill a lot. It's very simple. From the side, boom, 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 boom. And I can always change it up. That's the great thing about a knife. Say they know I'm going to stab, but what if I slash? What if I slash and stab and then rip? And then from here I can always slice. It's only a split second. This is my toy. This is the extension of my body and my will. So knowing, I do a lot of stance work. I do, of course I do, but you don't have to. Keeping yourself stable and being able to move on your feet is the most important. It doesn't matter if you've taken years of fucking kung fu and all that bullshit. Just being able to move. Take a step back, take a step forward, take a step to the side. You know, that's, you know, very simple. Very simple. I know you can't see my feet, but it's just very simple. You know, stepping out of the way, right? Stepping back, stepping forward. Very simple. Putting your weight. That's another thing is a lot of people like to lean forward, right? Leaning forward, it gives you some reach, but you lose your stability. You know, what if you're way out there and you go to rip, you know, I flare my heels and everything. I turn my body, I twist, I torque from my waist, from my hips, from my knees, I torque a lot. But you don't need to do all that. You really don't. I mean, you can just stand there and go stab, rip, stab, rip. And that's simple. That's simple. Sewing machine, you know. I like to do like a fencing theory kind of thing. Oh. And just that in itself. 1, rip. 2, rip. And now I'm back to this position, and I can still effectively attack. And I've done 2 major damaging blows, and I can literally just back away now. You know, I don't have to close in. It's if you can see that the target is starting to get incapacitated and has lost its will to fight, you've done your job. You've done your job. Now there's certain times, and we can go over that, like sensory removal, or you know, you have to end him rightly. You know, there's that where you have to end it quickly, and you have to be able to close with and contain as you're dispatching. So, but a lot of times, you know, it depends on the situation, right? And so as a defensive and offensive, you know, just a woof, you know, a stab, a rip, a stab, a rip. It's all about that pull-out game. So the knife is brutal, and yeah, this is a big knife, but you don't need to use the big knife. I like the big knife just for demonstration and instructional purposes, right? So coming here, boom, stabbing, right? And I can stab sideways, you know, with a flat plane, or I can stab this way in a vertical plane, right? Horizontal, vertical. I like to do both. All depends. Boom, come from here, and Charity is literally by my feet. Yeah, I love you too, Charity. Yes. So there's a lot you can do. Think about the damage that you can inflict once you get in, right? And you can rip out. And you don't have to be. And I'm making my movements gross, right? Bigger than they should be, just so you see, you know. It don't have to be like that. You can tighten it up as much as you want, you know. Boom, 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 boom. I can go as fast as I want and tight as I want, right? And it's the same thing, you know. Boom, 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 boom. And changing direction is what the knife is. That's what it gives you, because whatever my hand can do, you know, there's a knife on the end of it, you know, and that's going to do damage. You know, I can fend. You know, I can fend, even if it's a punch. Boom. You know, I can fend. I can deflect. I can deflect their knife, and now I'm in. Deflect, stab, deflect, slice, stab, rip, stab, rip. So just same thing with the, say you're going downwards, boom. You've got some kind of downward strike. You've made contact, say you're in that far, rip it out. Just boom, you know, pull your hand down, boom, rip it out, and everything will be ripped. There'll be a massive damage, far more damaging than, say, a bullet. You can really carve things out of the target. I did have some cardboard. I wanted to show you just a little bit of the damage that can be done in a very short time. Probably not the best cardboard, but this is a little thicker cardboard. Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have had this set up before. And right, here we go. Here's something. So here we got, this is a massive piece of cardboard. So I'm going to stab at it. And this cardboard sucks. I know. Make the noise. Bring the noise. Here we go. A box. A Amazon box. There we go. So from here, I stab. Look at that. That's the hole I'm going to make. Right? That's what the hole looks like. Just from a regular stab. Boom. That's it. That's what you get. Now, if you're going to do a slash, you're going to get a longer hole, right? That's pretty cool. If you get a good slash, you can also get a really, really strong and long laceration. But, say this. Look at that. Now I've made a massive hole, ripping out. That's going to be hard to close up. These can be closed up easily. That one, not so much. And it was just a simple rip, pulling out, and you can see from the hole how freaking brutal this thing can be, right? So, you know, I'm coming here, and just a simple stab, right? I've done this. I'm not even in that far. I twist and pull out. Not only have I made a hole, but I've also likely made a cut, a laceration, pulling out of it. So something to practice, something to definitely practice is that stab and rip, stab and rip, and it's very effective. It's very effective. I hope this has brought some light into how brutal knife fighting really is. You know, yeah. I mean, constant stabbing holes, as you can tell, making little holes that you know, that's fine. That's great. But even with the tip, look at that. Just with a little flick of the wrist pulling out, I've made a big hole just from the little tip. Just the tip. Just the tip. Okay. Oh, look at that. Now I've got a hole and a possible laceration. You know. So, yeah. Practice with your knives. Practice with that stab, pull out, stab, pull out. Like I said before, even the masters cannot combat this. Most masters will tell you they do not have a solution for this problem. You know, it's brutal. You better this hand. You have to get to this hand. What if I pull back? Now I've pulled back and I've put this hand in front of you, right? Now I can swat away any of your attempts to try to, you know, take my knife, right? You know, very simple. Knife retention, boom, boom. You know, I can hold back, I can move your hand out of the way, I can chop your hand, I can go for your hand, you know, little quick little snaps, you know, boom, boom, boom. So it takes, boom, little flick of the wrist, bam, there's a hole. There'll be a hole in their hand. You definitely don't want to get cut here. You definitely don't want to get cut here. That's a bad day. Here, you start to lose use of your hand because now you've cut all these structural things that are needed to effectively make a grip. You know, here, you're not going to do much. The inside of the arm, you're going to do a lot of damage. You know, just from a flick, just from a flick, just from a flick, you know. And you got this hand here. Now, mind you, be careful not to cut your hand, right? Be careful of your hand. Don't accidentally go, wow, and then, oh shit, there's my hand. You know, keep it. I like to keep at least what I call a fist distance away from whatever I'm doing. So I can do this, you can do this, practice, you know, keeping your hand out there, you know, keeping your fingers in, your hands in, you know, whatever you're using. You say you're using the monkey grip, you know, or whatever. I like the monkey grip because it's just really quick. Boom, boom, right? I grab and I pull in, boom, boom, boom. So effectively keeping your hand away from your knife is very important, especially if you're going to do this, right? I always make that phone call. Make that phone call. Make that phone call. Call a friend, right? Make that phone call because you never know what's going on around you. Maybe he's got friends. Maybe he's quick, you know, and gets a shot in. Maybe he's got a devastating kick that comes out of nowhere at the same time that you've done your strike. You know, so just be careful. Be careful with your hand out there. So I like to use that the fist width, so I can sit here and practice. Boom, 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 boom. And now I've got this hand up, you know, as a shield, because they're going to try to take this, you know. And I can always pull the way back here and still be effective. If they get right here, boom. Now I've got this, and I can keep this hand back, keep this hand forward. They might try to trap this hand, and I can still effectively rip, slash, and tear. So, just to reiterate, I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you. Boom, 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 boom. You know, from the top, boom, boom. From below, boom, boom. You know, from below, you can pull it to the side. Anyway, and still get that laceration, get that nice hole. So, this has been Mad Shad with Stabby time. Have a good day. Take care.